Looking at sustainable tourism, you're very much talking about educating the team, getting the message right, starting at home if you will. But if you take the lens of the pandemic, I mean, clearly hotels have been here. I mean, everyone, restaurants, and tourism is has such a direct impact to the economy. It is a wonderful impetus and catalyst for growth. How do we get it back on the track? I mean, how do we make tourism sustainable as we move out of the pandemic, but just live with the virus? What's your thinking around that?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to live with it, and before we live with it, we've got to be prepared to open up, right? So, as I said earlier, I think the start is the vaccines, with coupled with testing. Some things are going to change, for sure. Are you prepared to go on a bus with 50 strangers? These package trips, etc., may change a little bit. People will definitely move towards brands that they feel take more care in terms of, their staff, their procedures, their cleanliness, etc. And so, that's the COVID angle. And then, the other part is things I can't control in terms of borders opening. What are the procedures, vaccine passports, quarantine procedures. We have some SOPs. The tourism industry is still grappling country by country, right? So I think for a sustainable post-COVID world, we've got vaccinated people, all that kind of stuff. But vaccine, how are you going to recognize the vaccine certificate? And then quarantine rules, etc. So those kind of things need to be sorted out at regulatory level. Then the next thing for the tourism industry is, as you talk about environmental, that consumers are going to look at your health protocols and your cleanliness and all these kind of things. So that's the second part. Yeah, so vaccine passports, what we've been trying to do at AirAsia is create a single source. So we're creating our own vaccine passport, and we have open source so that anyone can link into that. Doesn't matter whether the Indonesians, Thais, whatever, you link in. So it becomes easy for people. Otherwise, you're going to need 3 or 4 different kind of apps to move around. So that is the one thing we're doing. We're trying to also digitize your testing. And so you can see that. And obviously try and work with, because as tourism happens, so let's assume people haven't thought about this. We're trying to think a step ahead.
Yeah.
To say it's not just about getting into the country, it's about being mobile in the country as well. And so we're trying to build protocol for that so that you can put in your vaccine passport. We're trying to make it easy for testing. There's the tourists coming in. How are they going to be treated when they come into Malaysia with IDs and vaccine, all that? I think it's very important that we make it as, I always use this word, which I'm sure you do, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Let's be welcoming, let's be professional.